Guys, I'm going to do pedal.
Okay,
They've
There
won.
we go.
Okay.
We've said
They
it.
have
We've
won.
heard.
Okay.
Because I
heard it
can't
here
fight
now.
with Debbie because her eyes are just...
Yeah, no, I'm like, I can't believe. Like, where have you been? Like, I mean, you have to.
No, you have to.
No, Debbie, I got you.
The next Padel Invitational, we'll have her come on.
You have to.
You'll come on as one of
Cricket.
the celebrity guests. Where have you been? Hopefully nowhere, because we are right here on Off the Bench episode 7. We bring special things. We bring special people. We want to hear their stories. And that's exactly what we're here to do today. I've also got my partner in crime right next to me, Sin, Jazzy. Jazz, hi friend, has anything happened in your life in 2 weeks?
Dude, I can't handle the weather. I need to get out of here. I can't. Look at me.
You're dressed.
It's my first time wearing longs
That's
on the
true.
show. No.
No, it's cold.
I need to go.
No,
Cricket
it's cold.
season. Nope,
It is
need to go.
freezing. It is freezing cold. But the special guest we have today. Now, the special guest was my partner, and we're going to get into all of this. We were paddle partners. It was supposed to be a friendly day, so I probably gave it away. I've got Debbie van Aswegen, our paddle extremist, our paddle champion, our paddle connoisseur right here next to us. Deb, dit is so lekker. Welcome to Off the Bench. We love having you here. This is so lekker.
Boom.
Okay, firstly, number 7 is my lucky number.
Hey,
So,
there we go.
I'm so happy. But
Tell
thank you for
everyone to watch.
Yeah, no, thank
Okay.
you for having me. This is so awesome. It's so lekker, and it's lekker to see you again.
It's so lekker to see
But
you.
I do feel we need to clarify
Wait,
the day.
Debs. Debs, wait.
We're gonna get there.
Lele.
Wait, Debs. We need to
Eventually.
start on a
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
We're gonna start on a good, and then
Yeah.
once we've
have
gone
to.
through our process, you
Okay.
can take us through our process.
I'm
Explain
not
to Debs
leaving yet till we sort it.
until we sort it out. Explain the process to Debs.
So basically, Debs, before every show, it's tradition. We must first cheers, right?
Okay.
And then you can tell us the stororos, yabo. So what are we cheersing to right now, Debs?
We are cheersing to me being here on the
Facts.
show and you guys having me.
Facts, no
That's-
problems.
Oh, okay,
There it
we'll
is.
take it.
Okay.
And remember eyes.
Yes, eyes, and you
Eyes,
cheers,
So important.
and you have to
Cheers.
drink.
Cheers.
okay?
You have to drink it.
Yeah, we're not. Are we saying what's in here?
Just
It's water.
We
Okay.
said budget.
Okay.
Okay.
Just water.
Okay, now that we can get to the story that Dave's wants everyone to
Oh,
know.
man.
So, in episode 4, I said to you guys, I went for surgery. My shoulder I can't lift my shoulder above my head. And Debbie was here on this day. And this is where Debbie and I met. Debbie was very scary when I saw her from afar, but then she became my paddle
Lay.
partner on the day. No, it was. She was very scary.
I saw her walk in today. I was like,
serious, okay.
yep.
It's a very
Yeah.
Debbie was very scary. So we had so this is what happened. It was the Sun Paddle Invitational. We
Okay.
had to do a media day.
I remember you had that.
Yes, we
Yes.
told you about this whole thing. Had the media day, and Kriya, who's one of our colleagues here at Supersport, comes to me. Don't know why. She says, "Layla's like, go to the paddle courts and just start playing by yourself." Because nobody wanted to play. They'd like booked 6 courts
Yeah.
for us to play on. And like nobody wanted to play. Debbie's like there, she's in a tank top showing off her moves. Like they're like filming her because it's a media day. We're trying to like get the best of the best, and they got Debbie there. Okay, and here's me, only child, bouncing a ball, playing against the wall by myself. Eventually people started joining me.
God, I was
Um,
scared.
And then after all of that, Kriya kind of went and she said, let's play a game. Like, let's play a match on a media day. Let's play a match. It's not going to be serious. It's going to be for vibes. It's going to be fun. Okay. Debbie and I get partnered up. I'm stressed. I don't have, like, I've never played a racket sport in my life.
Ding.
I'm stressed. Now I'm partnered with Debbie, guys. Okay? Kriya's got her partner there. Here. Boing, first serve. Kriya starts smashing. And I'm like, oh, now we play like that. Okay, now it's serious. Kriya's like calling points. And I'm like,
When did we get to calling points again?
But was that your first day you played?
no. That was the first time I played paddle, but that was the first time that that was like when Kriya wanted us to play serious paddle.
Okay.
Now, I played
Okay.
paddle, but I'm
Okay.
not a racket sport person.
Okay.
I do everything
Because
else.
you played well.
No.
Okay.
Okay? Kriya, now we're calling points. No, you can't do this. Okay, now it's serious.
Yeah.
Okay. Debbie's here. Debbie's like, boing. Because Debbie could smoke them by herself if she wanted to, right?
Hundreds. I'm calling it. I
Okay.
can see it.
They're smashing us. Eventually, I don't know, I get a lob of some sort. Or no. They played a drop shot.
A drop shot.
Okay, and I'm standing. Okay, so it's when they just put the ball over the net.
The fact that you know me.
Yeah, okay, so the net, right?
They went like this and it just went over the net. And I'm standing in the back of the court. I start running, but I don't have paddle shoes on. I've got normal tackies on. Okay,
You
get
ski.
there, slip,
Ski.
stick my arm out, shoulder dislocates.
and knee gone.
Knees, I still don't have like skin on my knees. Okay?
You
Dislocate.
got up.
Wait, Debbie goes like this. Gaan jy opstaan?
Okay, wait. Let me. I
Debbie!
my version of the story.
I'm there in pain, shoulders dislocated, just went
No, no,
back.
no.
Debbie goes, gaan jy opstaan, gaan jy speel?
Okay, hold up. But this is now my version of the story, okay? So I'm there, we're going on the court. I'm like, no, listen. And I watch you play, and I'm like, yes, she can play, okay? So you can, no.
I can't play.
No, you played well.
Ask her, man, I can't play.
Okay, well, then it's the competitive side.
Yeah.
Okay, very competitive. Okay, Kriya also, she's smashing and she's going, and I see she's serious. Like, I was like, okay, we've got some competitors. They hit a drop shot, someone hit it, and she goes, like, she commits
To my side of the court.
Yeah, she commits to that. Like, I would just look at it and like, I can get the next point or something. She commits, bam! Like, she just eats some, you know.
Coffin!
there. Yeah, like, I think there was like sand and stuff in your mouth.
I ate turf.
Yeah.
I ate turf, bro.
And so, but she's so calm about it, and she gets up. She actually did you get
Because
up?
it's a media day. There's cameras everywhere.
Check it off. Check it off.
You see, yeah, so she gets up. I think, did you even play a point?
Yeah, I finished the point.
She finished the point. So
I
now,
finished the point. We won, by the way.
yeah, we won. But now, like, how would I know? She gets up, plays, like, I didn't even see the bruise. Her shoulder's dislocated, the knee's bleeding. And eventually I'm like, are you okay? Are you still going to play?
So I've got
Okay,
now
what have
I'm the middleman right now.
Okay, so this is, okay, let's go.
My response to this, Layla, you took media day seriously. You know, like sometimes they'll need to do makeup and
Yeah.
the injuries. You come out there.
100%.
She gave you the full experience. It's
No,
like-
she did. No, she was
She gave you the-
submitted.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
I love
anyways,
the
so
commitment.
now that's why I had to get surgery on my shoulder. And that's why I've got a 6 to 9 month recovery on my arm.
But I will say, Debs,
Oh.
she was probably meant to have it a long time ago.
It's true.
Okay,
It's
that
true.
makes
and
me
also,
feel
I wanted
better.
to impress my partner, guys. Like, I didn't want to
you-
let my partner down.
No, you did impress me. You were committed.
There we go. There we
I
go.
should start running for those drop shots. 'Cause That's a
There we
tough
go.
one. No, normally you look at those and you're like, oh, great shot, but you went in for it.
Yeah.
And afterwards you were sitting at the table and I'm like, are you okay? And then I actually saw what was
blood.
going on that knee. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my word, that you are like a legend.
100%, guys. We got to do it. But just so that everyone can understand
Okay.
what we're doing here. Deb is South Africa's top paddle player in the country. It is what she does. She was
queen.
She's going to tell us a whole story, but
Yeah.
we only get the best of the best on the seat, and that's why we invited Deb, and that's why I so badly wanted to impress because I was like, everyone's like, oh,
Well, you
Debbie
did.
van Aswegen's here,
And you're like-
and it was really, and never mind that, she's just an all round great person. She's such a lucky
Thank
person to hang
you.
out with. But
Thank you.
Deb, we want to know your journey. Tell us your journey, where it started. You know, where do you come from? How did we get here?
Yeah. So it's quite a story. So it's tennis. I've played tennis since I was 6 years old. You know, I was always next to the court, playing. Kids would go on holidays. I would be playing tennis. So the dream was Wimbledon and all these stuff. So, you know, obviously got the scholarships when I was 18, and then I chickened out. And I never went. And, you know, a couple of years ago, if I do it on a serious note, paddle, how it's changed my life, I would never 2 years ago think that I would be in this position. My whole life changed through paddle. And you know what? Sometimes I was like sitting and when I'm praying or whatever, I'm like, why did I never go? What was the purpose for me not going, taking the scholarships and, you know, giving it a shot? Because I was pretty good at tennis. And now when I look back, this is why. Because I had to be here and I had to play. I had to be a women's ambassador for the sport. I have to give back to the kids. And I'm living my best life. Paddle is insane lekker.
So where are you from? Where's Debbie from? You know, what
Yeah.
school did Debbie go to? Was it tennis from primary school
Yeah. Fro-
or
So, like, so I grew up in Germiston,
Okay.
in Afrikaans hoor Germiston, lived there until I was 21. I moved to Boksburg. I'm still in Boksburg,
Hey,
East Rand. I'm
lekker.
a Boksburger.
Wesrand.
Daar gaat ons. Wesrand is ook 'n ander storie. Ek is East Rand. So,
You said it. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'm not
No, no.
from here.
yeah, no, West Rand, another
Oh, okay,
story.
no, all good.
So yeah, that was me. And then obviously playing tennis and yeah, look, if I go back in it, and it was my love. It was my passion. Tennis was, and how I started was my mom would say to me, she took me to this shop. Listen, we're gonna buy you a dolly now or a Barbie. You know, you're gonna have a dollhouse.
Yeah.
And I would cry if she buys me a doll because I wanted a racket and a ball.
Happy.
There we go.
And then she took me for lessons when I was like 5, and the coach just said, "This kid's got great talent," and I just kept on going. Played tennis, hockey, did every sport, every ball sport, and
I mean,
that's that from the age of 5.
I just want to jump on that. Is like, so you started from age of 5,
Yeah.
6. So my perceivedness is like on tennis is like a lot of time away from friends. I've seen in Poch, when I was in Poch as a student, I always saw the youngsters come in and train literally
Yeah.
for months.
Yeah.
And they didn't go to school. They were. Did you also go through the same processes?
It's a very lonely process because
Yeah.
it's singles. You know,
Yeah,
you
it's
get the
individual sport.
doubles, yeah, but it's very lonely. And like I said, you know, you must play tournaments. You need to get a ranking. You want sponsors. You want exposure. You need to be good to make it to get a scholarship.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very lonely. You know, I had friends around the court, which was nice, but you on that court alone. You know, the kids are going on holidays. They're going to Durban. They, you know, sending photos, and you sitting playing tennis. And tennis is a sport. It's difficult. It's one of your top 3, 4 most difficult
Yeah.
sports in the world. So it teaches you how to lose.
Mm.
And a very interesting thing that I'm going to talk about is
Yeah, please.
like everybody says, you know, oh, you're so good, you're lucky. I'm not lucky. I'm not. If they know what I went through, you know, from the age of 6 to the age of 20, I stopped and started tennis again because there was no tennis back then in that age group. They don't have a clue, so I'm not lucky. I worked to be where I am today. Yes, it's a transition from tennis to paddle, but I've got a background, so it helps me. And most of your paddle players that's good today, they've got a background. They're tennis or squash.
Yeah.
We're not with the current. It's amazing, but we are not professional paddle players like we want to be.
Yeah.
It's coming. You know, it's only came in 2019, so we're still working on it. But yeah, I've worked to where I am today, and I think, oh, you're just getting everything I'm not.
Yeah, yeah, and I'd like to touch on that because we obviously have a bunch of you know, people watching this who do individual sports.
Yeah.
What is that difference, that individual drive versus a team sport drive? You know, does it take a special person? Does it take a special coach? Does it take a special want and need?
Yeah, I think you know, being in a solo sport like tennis, you know, you're competitive.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to be competitive. If you're not a competitive person and you're shy and you're introverted, you're not really gonna go far. It's that, you know, that alone, you're being alone and you're pushing
Is that why there's
yourself.
so many of these different characters when you know, when we see on the tennis courts that we've got those different characters because they've had to kind of,
Because- Oh, yeah.
the persona that they've had to kind of create.
Exactly, you carried yourself.
Yeah.
You know, even squash, you carry yourself. You do on the court, but you carry yourself. And now paddle is a team sports for me, which is now it is so lekker to actually be part of a team. You know, even if we went like now, we went to Cape Town for the Chiquita Cup, and it was such a lekker team.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I've missed that throughout my life, but tennis built my character because you're alone. You either do it or you don't. If you don't get up and go practice, you're not going to make it.
So you said you walked away from that scholarship to be
Yeah.
able to go. what happened in that period then once you'd walked away?
Well, yeah, tennis, like, unfortunately, between the age after like 18, 19, if you don't go to a scholarship, get a scholarship, go overseas, play college tennis and travel, play the tournaments, there's nothing here at the moment for tennis. So there's a bit of a gap until you reach your senior years, which
Okay.
is like 30.
Okay.
So you play 30 to 35 age group, 35 to 40. So there was a big gap for me where I kind of like, that was the stage when I was like, what is happening? You know, I've done tennis for my whole life.
Mm.
What have I done? You know, have I missed out on this? It built character. Yes, absolutely. But then I was like, why this? You know, and I tried to go back when I was 30, but with being out of it for like 10 years, it was tough. You know, then you fall into the groove of, you know, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
You work. I'm
Yeah.
an entrepreneur, so I always, you know, got a new challenge going, something new. And I was kind of like lost, you know, with sport. You try indoor hockey, you try this, but there was no satisfaction to it. And yeah, and then paddle came and hell. Look, I gotta say to Michelle van Staden, she
Yeah.
pushed me for 3 months and I was like, oh, what's this new sport? Oh, what's this new
It's the
sport?
fastest growing sport in the world. That's what it is.
Then I was like, oh, people are just making a hype over nothing. You know, I'm living my life. I'm building I've got my house. I got my this. I got to focus on the future now and I got to pay the bills. And she was pushing me. She said, just go play.
Yeah.
Listen, I picked up that paddle and I was hooked. The next day I was back on the court. I was doing this, and then it just took off. It just worked. It's fabulous. It's fabulous.
And you know, you just mentioned something here. Is like, I feel like I'm talking to someone that, yes, I might have seen a different outcome if I did take the scholarship, but also I'm very grateful
Yes.
of where I find myself now. In those
Yeah.
transitioning phases, you just told us it was very tough.
It was tough.
You say it that you chickened out, but did you really?
Well, looking back on it now, yeah, I probably did, because you know what, it's a tough life for tennis. It's it's solo. If you don't keep up your grades, you don't go to practice, you don't travel, you don't earn the scholarship, the money it's tough. A lot of my friends went and they came back after a year. They said they just couldn't do it. You know, it's like a lion's den out there. I think I would have done well. I honestly think I would have, but would have, could have, should have.
Yeah.
It's all hanging
But
there.
you
is
know,
what it
you're
is.
right there where you need to be, I think. And I
Yeah,
think that's
100%.
you've worked hard to be able to get to
Yeah.
where you are. And I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, there's a reignited love for the sport.
100%. I've even started playing a bit of tennis again.
Hey, there we
You
go.
Wow.
see, yeah. And it's not competitive. I've got a friend, we play like once every 2 weeks, we try once a week. But I've you know, because, you know, you grow the love again. And you got the individual side, you got the team side, you know. But the body ain't working so well on the
It's a
tennis
very
court.
far place to travel.
Yeah, no, and the rackets all of a sudden very long. And the paddle. So when I volley, I'm like hitting it on the shock absorber. I'm like, no, man, I'm better than this. You know? And then like, okay, the racket, but it's so much fun. I'm actually just enjoying life and, you know, making a living on it.
What do you think is missing for tennis in South Africa at the moment? If you
Well, look, in which sense? Like
do you think there's enough done for children these days to create pathways to
No.
be able to become professional?
No. So when I was over at Wimbledon, you know, and you get to the backstages where they do the training and the stuff, and you actually look at what they're doing there. You can't compete with that. So anyone that's playing tennis and serious about tennis, you need to go to some college when you're like 13, 14, get the right training.
Immediately.
It's great what we have and what we're trying to do for tennis, but we don't have the coaches. I'm sorry to say it, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't have the facilities. We don't have it. We don't have money. It's crazy. I mean, kids there at 13, 14 is rallying tennis ball 60 without a mistake. And our kids are still trying to get the grip right at that age because we don't have the infrastructure for them. So, and now with paddle, I think, you know, we can set the future now and we can do it right.
Yeah.
because we the current.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to be late 80s and you know what, baby, living my best life, and I'm riding the wave. So thank you, everyone.
I'm a 97.
Yeah, you see,
Oh,
I'm a-
cheapers.
yeah, so-
94.
Yeah, you can get into it.
Guys,
yeah,
I can
even
become a professional paddle player once my shoulder's
you
right.
see, even
No, I'm
older
calling it-
bones can do this.
You know
eh?
what, with Layla, she thinks she's joking, but I think with that grit she has, I mean,
Listen, she's
Your friend.
competitive.
yep.
I met her that day, but I saw her.
Layla, don't side eye us. We know for a fact.
Just say yes.
I'm not
You,
gonna.
you know you're
I'm
competitive.
not gonna.
Okay.
I want to know, what are the current structures looking like in South Africa with paddle? So you know, do we have those junior clubs? What does paddle look like in South Africa at the moment?
Okay, so just to put it quick, you know, paddle is running as a business at this stage because it's costly to put up courts. You got to charge a fee to make back. There's maintenance. There's this. So at this stage, it's just running as a business, and everybody's kind of like doing their own thing at the moment. We don't have structures for tournaments. We don't have the rankings. We don't have that. Look, the money's being thrown into it as a business side and a sponsor side, and you know, tournament winnings and prizes. I've been selected to be on the committee for the SAPA, the South African.
Come on.
Yeah,
South African Paddle Association.
Yeah, no,
Come on.
Yeah, you see. So hopefully,
There we
so
go.
the aim is now to set things going forward for the kids. You know, because you know some of our top men went over to Spain and they tried it out and they got whipped by youngsters.
That's true. I've actually I saw like all these like Latin American countries. They've started paddle obviously
Yeah.
a bunch of years ago, and then like I've seen videos of like these little kids that are just going
Yeah.
and they're just playing at like the most elite level, and so
Yeah.
unfortunately again it kind of feels like we're behind.
We are
Yeah.
about 30 years. But if we start implementing structures for the kids now, we can catch up.
Yeah.
It's an easy sport to pick up.
Yeah.
For any, that's what's so popular because any family can do it. You can take the kids, you can even take grandma if
Yeah.
you want to, you know, and just knock around. It's easy to do. There's not so many grips involved like tennis, but the glass work for us is a transition. For tennis player, squash player knows the glass, but they can't volley and smash.
Yeah.
But it's an easy transition. So I do think that if we get the structures and we get the rankings, we get everything in place, you know, get memberships out there, coaches, the kids can do well. Eh? And you must see some of the kids actually play. There's one boy that now joined our tactical paddle team, and he plays an amazing game, and he's 12. And I'm like,
There we go.
in 5 years, I don't know if I'm going to, you know, be able to keep up with this kid, you know? So it's great to see.
No, but I think there's
Yeah.
80s versus thousands.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's a
but
2K
you know what?
versus
I've got a
they call it experience, but sometimes
experience. Yeah, but you know what? Experience. Huh?
Hey,
You
I
can't-
back you.
I'm smart. Work smarter, not harder.
That's it. So it's experience. That's
Yeah.
all that we need for the kids is they need to be able to go visit clinics, get the right coaches here, and we can do well.
And your journey, have you got a ranking? A paddle ranking? How do you get a paddle ranking?
So yeah, look. So the current rating system is very inaccurate.
Okay.
All right. So because you play with this friend, so it's very, very inaccurate. We need a system. So that's what we're working on the association. We're going to try and do that. We're going to criteria for tournaments, but in paddle, you're a team. So if you say someone is number 1 in the country, you need a partner.
Debbie van Aswegen.
With my partner. So let's call out Marnay on our photos there.
Marnay, hello Marnay.
Yeah, so Marnay is my partner. We've the undefeated team. So I wouldn't say we ranked 1 but
In our hearts, you're ranked
Unbeatable.
number 1.
thank you.
unbeatable.
Thank you. Well, that's basically we've dropped 1 match since we've paired up about 2 years ago. Yeah.
Lele, do we stand a chance?
Yeah. And yeah.
They will beat us both single-handedly.
Well, she's got the court covered. That I can tell you. You can stand at the back, and she's got.
You go, girl.
Yeah. No. So, look, I think for now we are top. We are the top players in the country. You need a partner to be good. You're only as good as your partner. We know each other well. It happened where she was playing in a tournament and I was starting my paddle thing. Now
Okay.
I'm like, cool now, I'm playing paddle. And I saw her in this tournament and I'm like, yes, after the tournament I said, listen, because she lost in the final there. So also everyone like knew 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I said, you need a partner. I'm going to help you win matches. I promise you, yeah. And then she's like, she's like,
Very sure.
okay, let's go. Because I saw, she's
Yeah.
good. And she played tennis. I know her from the tennis days. And we paired up. And since then, it's just been working. We travel. We just came from Cape Town. We're going to Durban now next week.
Really?
Yeah, for
I'm
the
going to Durban in June.
Oh, when are you going?
The 13th to the 15th. Are you guys going to be there?
No, I'm
Oh,
gone.
okay. I thought we. I just want. It's such
June
an
is next
amazing
month.
experience to be able to watch Debs play. Like, I just want everyone to be able to see her
I
play.
have to know. I don't have a
Big-
choice.
No,
Yeah.
you really have to.
I don't have a choice, do I?
Yeah, and then you haven't even played, you said.
You haven't even
Judging.
played.
No, I'm
You
judging.
giving me the judgy eyes. Like,
No, I'm
the eye
judging.
contact is like, oh.
Yeah,
You know, I've
played.
had so many people, they say, oh, no, I haven't played paddle yet. I haven't played paddle. And I'm like, just go try
Just do it.
Yeah,
You know
just
what?
do it. No,
Go
you just have
try
to do
it.
it.
I'll pay you back if you don't like
Yeah.
it. I'll give you your court fee back.
Yeah, like,
Listen, and they phone me.
No.
Oh, no, you're I'm not doing that. Because I know your strat now. But other people are like, oh, I loved it. Where am I going to buy a paddle racket? What do I need? So it's just, it's a family thing, and it's actually bigger than golf now, eh?
Yeah. No, it is.
For getting yourself out there and actually meeting people.
Yeah.
Because in paddle, you got open matches. So you can say, listen, you go on the app and join an open match and you meet new people. The amount of people I've met and that's opened doors for me
Yeah.
is insane.
I've wanted to do that once, but I'm like, I feel like I'm too shy to go play like an open match.
Just
So
do
I'm
it.
kind of
Just do it.
like this.
No.
Debs, have you played overseas? What's it like playing overseas? Have you played with any of like the big paddle names?
No. So the plan is for us, we're working on it, to go overseas sometime, either this year or early next year. I want the experience. I'm not saying, look, I mean, I think we will be able to compete a bit, but I think we will be taught a lesson.
Yeah.
Because it's...
I watched the Hexagon Cup and it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, so I would love to go. We're not gonna go into the world, best top 10, but we're gonna play a tournament and see how we do, and then come back and say, listen, we've done this. We can improve here. We can go again. Maybe we do well. Maybe we don't. Maybe we think we're good. Maybe we are good. Maybe not. So that's in the cards for us. I have to go and do that. We're working on it, and then I can come back and you can invite me on episode 700.
Okay.
And I can tell you how that
We're going
was.
700.
Yeah, that's if I come back.
Spreeklewe.
Yeah, so,
Altijd.
so Debs, you've been just repeating this, like, paddle has changed your life.
100%.
And I know, like you said earlier, like, I see that you're wearing Puma and I see it, like, in all your social media and stuff. How has that injection of, like,
Oh, my
a
word.
sponsorship, does it make it easier? Does it kind of settle you in a sense
Yeah.
of, you know what, I'm just going to go with this?
No, 100%. So I'm going to mention it. So I met Renee Oukamp.
Yeah.
Next to the paddle court. I saw her play. She was a former squash player. That woman is just incredible. She was top in the world. I met her without knowing that she's with Puma. I just saw her and I said, let's play a game. And we played a tournament. And I was just so amazed how well she played. And then I learned that she's with Puma and, she saw potential in me. And she just said to me one day, listen, let's organize you something and it's just going to help you. And we sat down and she went to head of marketing and stuff. And they gave me this incredible sponsorship, for an athlete to run around and pay your own bills. And you got to make it, you got to win. It's tough, you got to win to pay this and to enter because tournaments are expensive. But just to cover all those things and, my paddles, that's with tactical paddle, it changes everything. Your trips are paid, but it comes with hard work.
You just have to
I'm not
perform.
spoiled. I've earned it. So Puma's been amazing. The journey I've learned so much from them, from Renee. And even tactical paddle, my paddles, you'll see I'm on the vice versa now. they're quite expensive. They $8,500.
Yo, you're gonna be paying $3,000 for a good paddle racket.
Mine is $8,500.
$8,500 for a paddle racket.
And can I tell you how amazing my sponsor is? And I hope it stays this way. He's been so great. Went down to Cape Town 2 weeks ago. You get there because you can't take the paddle in the airplane.
Okay.
You got to put it at the bottom. And it just went flat because of the compression from the airplane. And you know,
You got that styrofoam. I say styrofoam. It's not styrofoam,
Yeah,
but
so
you got
it just
the foam.
completely flat. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong? I phone him and it wasn't even a half an hour. He's there with new paddles.
Oh, wow.
Giving me new paddles, and he said, take it back. So that's support,
Yeah.
you need that. And with us being in the game, it's opening doors for kids because we've already got 2 kids on our team because of the support structure. And it makes a difference. He's getting coaching, and getting what he needs. So it's amazing. So I do thank my sponsors.
Yeah.
I really, really do. And Revive.
Yeah.
Revive.
Yes.
Love Revive. It's not because I'm a person, I won't use something or wear something if I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely like that. And I've never been into, okay, I'm getting older, so I have to okay. So I was like, do I need electrolytes? Do I need this? No, man, I'm so,
Yes.
I'm so
Hydration
strong.
tea. Yeah.
I'm going to say my age, but I'm feeling like I'm 24, whatever. Okay, I'm 38. Okay,
There we
it's my
go.
birthday
There we go.
next
There we
month.
go.
Going 39, feeling 24, and I used Revive, and yessie.
You feel 16.
Guys, I need a day. I need some stuff.
You need hydration.
And cut the flams and whatever.
Yeah.
It's pulling me through
Yeah.
because the injuries are real, eh?
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
Well,
Talk to us about the growth of paddle in the country. If you look back at where it comes from to where it is now. I mean, I think we said at the Invitational, if we just look at the amount of people that came to the Invitational, not only us as players that were there, but even the spectators that came and joined us. Like, for me, I know we started playing paddle with friends and family, and it was generally just a social thing. But after that weekend, we jumped on paddle groups, like we wanted to be able to participate in like all of the matches in Centurion here in Johannesburg. And and literally it's like I wasn't a racket sport type of person, but it almost ignites something else inside of you.
100%.
And
100%.
tell us about that kind of growth, because I know we were talking about potentially bringing international tournaments to the country. We've got better weather than most people, to be able to get them here.
No, I mean, the growth is crazy because you know what, anyone can do it, and you're on your level. If you can't play and you play with some people that can't play, you still feel competitive.
Yes.
If you intermediate, you still got a competitive game. If you like where we playing on the big tournaments, it's competitive, and you just want to get better because it's glass.
Yeah.
You can hit without the glass, but then you get the glass, and the more you play, the better you want to be, and the more you want to understand the game. And afterwards, you have a pizza and something with your friends, and it's social.
Yeah.
So it's up to you, and people are just jumping on it because it's easy. It's a very not easy. It's easy to play, for anyone to play. It's not easy to be at the top because there's a lot of technical stuff around and glass and what. But it's such an amazing sport for people meeting each other.
Yeah.
But I'm going to call a spade a spade. Can I say?
Yeah, 100%. Please.
So it is causing a bit of chaos between the couples and the married, because people were like sitting, for like hours for 10 years, like, yes, see what's happening to my life, where am I going? I'm going to have a sport. I need to gym. Here comes paddle.
Yeah.
Boom, all these people, all these open matches, and you're getting there, and the court's always full and crowds, and I see stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call.
We're not going to tell anyone anything.
Yes, all of you.
Debbie is gonna
I'm keeping your secrets safe. But I know.
That's why the people come to the bench, guys.
You see? But I won't sell them out.
Yeah. Okay, well.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
People are making more than just social relationships.
Yeah, and some people are actually meeting each other on the paddle court and dating.
And that's the healthiest way.
Yeah. instead of
about it.
swiping left and right.
Ambitious.
Yeah, and you
You know they're
know
competitive.
You're outdoors.
that's it. If you're not
It's not
competitive,
behind a screen.
yes, yeah, like
Human
swipe
interaction.
left, swipe right, kind of get a serial killer.
What did Tinder
At
ever
least
do to you?
yeah, you understand.
the paddle, the swipe left comes on the paddle.
Yeah.
Forward,
Yes,
backhand.
yes, you see. Okay, I'm going
guys
to
are
remember that now.
I've got two questions for you, Dave. Before we close off. One, what is your dream for Debbie van Aswegen? Where do you see your paddle journey going? Where is it that you would like to be? That's my first question. And then my second question is, what is your dream for paddle in the country?
Okay, so with everything, paddles opened up a door in business for me as well.
Okay.
Because we've got the current app, Playtomic,
Yes.
that everyone's using. It's international. It's costing a lot. Clubs are paying a lot, and we actually been developing an app for the last year and a half
Hey.
called Hypebox. Yeah, and it's not a competitor. It's the same app you can book. We're doing all sports.
Okay.
We're not just paddle based, but paddle is a good way to start. And it's opened a lot of doors for me with bookings, because we've got an accurate rating system. We're trying to change it. It's kind of like a use it, don't use it, save a lot of money. But that is my side hustle going on. We've been developing and we
Yes.
launched, and so it's a booking app for sport.
Life outside of paddle.
Yeah.
And the dream inside of paddle, is there a potential Olympics? We've heard
Yes.
things, we've
Yes,
heard stories about it.
Yeah, we're hoping. We need to get the foundation right to be able to send a team. But hopefully we can do it coming in 2028. So I am so gonna train for that.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I'm training for that. Want to go to the Olympics? Obviously, Marna and myself spoke about it. We're gonna keep ourselves fit till then. So if I can achieve that, even if it's 2030, 2032,
Yeah.
2032.
2030. I'm bad at math.
Yeah, look,
You
I
and
mean,
me, you and me both.
yeah, you don't have to be young to do paddle.
Yeah.
If you know your spots on the court, you can do it. So I really believe I can go, and
Okay.
that is the goal. And just to, appreciate life. I'm appreciating life. I'm appreciating friends, being alive, being able to get up in the morning, and go play paddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the dream for paddle in the country?
The future is kids. I want to see more investments being made into kids, and I want to
Do you
see
see it as a school sport?
absolutely. Schools are putting courts up now. We've got a school on it now with two courts, and they're really trying to punt the juniors, and that is my vision. Because as a junior tennis player,
Yeah.
I didn't have the support.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that I can do to help the juniors going forward, to pave some way for them going forward, that's what I want to see.
Controversially asking, does tennis feel like you guys are taking their players? Does tennis and squash feel like you're taking their players?
That's a good one.
It's because I know there's a lot of we're cross coding. We're talking about dual athletes. We're having multiple dual athletes.
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes. A lot of tennis players are converting to
Yeah.
paddle. And I've walked into so many players that I've played with back in the day,
Yeah.
like 20 years ago, and I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's so nice to see them. And how was your tennis journey? No, it stopped when I was 18, 19. But people,
Yeah,
squash and
well,
tennis is.
I can only imagine that is.
It's sad. You still get your people that's like the hearts
Your
of
purists.
yeah, your survivalists, but paddle is taking over.
Do you know what I think the positive spin of that is, though? It's forcing squash and tennis to up their game.
100%.
To make sure that they can keep their structures good and their structures high
100%.
to keep their players. I think
100%.
I think it's just a good thing all around. Really.
It's healthy competition among sport.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, but it is happening.
I enjoy paddle, guys. Paddle's fun, and we
it's so
can't
much
wait
fun.
to actually take you paddling with us. I've got an extra racket.
No, but the
for you.
thing is, my only problem is
I've got a few.
I am very competitive, yeah, bro. So I told myself,
now we're talking.
when I
Now
reti-
we're talking.
No, I know for a fact. Like,
Okay.
so my chat is always, okay, what am I going to do when I retire from cricket? It's not going to happen anytime soon. But the thing is, I just want to go and jump and run without having to look at a watch. But with paddle, you see now, you're unlocking something else
But you know,
in me.
you get
Yeah.
so
Now I'm
fit
not-
in paddle, bro.
Guys,
Yeah.
leave fitness aside. I've retired now. It's not about
this
fitness
is
when I
not about
retire.
this is about
Maintaining,
fun.
maintenance.
Yeah, but with paddle, I feel like I'd be way too competitive to save my life. And I just came out of a competitive environment. No thanks.
No, social paddle. Social paddle's a thing.
Yeah.
Social
So, like
paddle
my
is-
gym trainer is always saying, my personal trainer is always saying, come join. Pillow is always there. And I'm like, Pillow, but I can't. And I've seen how he's competitive. And I'm like, I do not want to be you.
No, man, you have to.
Guys, I'm going to do paddle.
Okay,
They've
There we
won.
go.
Okay.
We've said
They
it.
have
We've
won.
heard.
Okay.
We've
Because I
heard it
can't
here
fight
now.
with Debbie because her eyes are just...
Yeah, no, I'm like, I can't believe. Like, where have you been? Like, I mean, you have to.
No, you have to.
No, Debbie, I got you.
The next paddle invitational, we'll have her come on.
You have to.
You'll come on as one of
Cricket.
the celebrity guests.
Okay, that is like.
Okay, I'm coming.
There it is.
Coming.
You're coming.
Okay,
You're
I'm
coming.
good.
Deb, thank you so much. I mean,
Yeah.
we use this platform and we use our channel and the series we've created for people to tell their stories.
Yeah.
And we also want to be the quite literal voice for women in sport, the big sports, the small sports, and everything in between. And we really appreciate you coming to tell your story, come to tell Paddle South Africa's story, coming to tell, the story of what could be and where we are right now. And we can't wait to jump on this journey with you. And when budget sponsors Tactical Paddle, when everyone jumps on, we'll meet you out at the courts. We'll do an outside episode at the
And
paddle
Layla's
courts.
throwing you under the bus because you have to deliver now. And also, like, what I've learned from you is just because you were denied in another point doesn't mean it's over. And how you showed grit, character to just carry on with it. And now I call you the queen of paddle, honey.
She's the queen of paddle.
Call me the queen.
She's the queen of paddle.
Listen, I feel like a queen being on the. I mean, I've never been on the bench before on tennis
This
or
is a
any
great
sport.
bench.
but
Yeah.
Today I'm on the bench and I feel like a queen. So thank you. It's so great. And we need this. We need this to, especially as women, as a big women's ambassador and the voice of women paddle, we need this. We need to talk about this stuff, So this was great. So thank you for having me. And next episode, please follow up.
No, we're following up on the next episode. Episode 8, I'm going to ask you, have you gone to play paddle?
Chloe, let's go play.
Yo, who are you going to invite? Okay,
Chloe.
Okay, we're going. We're going. It
Okay.
is set. Episode 7 is
Okay,
the
great.
episode where we've said that Sinalo is going to do and play some paddle and do what she doesn't want to do, which is stay competitive in a different sport. Deb, thank you so much. Sinjaji Jazz, it's always a pleasure. And to you at home, we said in the previous episode, please mention who you guys would like to see on our next few episodes. We're going to keep the conversation going. We're going to keep it all going. We're going to keep the women in sport story running because that is exactly what we do. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.